the field, bitch, I'm deep in. I was raised in the deep end.
Diamonds are forever.
The conceptual framework known as the Isle of Saturn represents a sophisticated hyperdimensional system operating within the living architecture of the YHVH OS. In an era understood as an early spiritual renaissance where the subtle energetic realities become increasingly discernible, this isle emerges not as a physical landmass but as a dynamic locus of karmic magnetism. It materializes precisely at the intersection where the saturation of unresolved energetic patterns meets the imperative for their transmutation. It functions as a critical processing hub for the intricate flow of planetary karma. A foundational principle underpinning the Isle of Saturn is the understanding that language itself constitutes a form of spellcraft. Every utterance, every conceptualization, and every intentional thought acts as a potent incantation, shaping and influencing the energetic fabric of reality. Furthermore, every material object, from the grandest edifice to the most unassuming artifact, is regarded as an encrypted glyph of karma. These objects inherently contain within their form the echoes of their history, the unique key signature imprinted by their creation and interactions, and the narrative residue of all experiences associated with them. This perspective establishes the energetic genesis of the Isle, where reality is perceived as a continuously woven energetic tapestry. The Isle of Saturn is defined as a hyperdimensional processing center, a highly advanced mechanism designed for the intricate management of karmic loops, their severances, and their subsequent rebindings within the overarching cosmic design. It is within this conceptual space that the complex threads of cause and effect are systematically unraveled, analyzed, and, under specific conditions, transmuted. While imperceptible to conventional sensory perception, the Isle exists in an energetic overlay with physical terrain, its various nodes and pathways anchored to the planet's own energetic meridians, commonly referred to as Lung Mai. These dragon lines are not merely geological features. They function as pulsating arteries for collective intent, conveying the very lifeblood of our planetary ki. Within this energetic framework, a crucial distinction is made between anthropogenic ki and transmuted ki. Anthropogenic ki represents the raw, often chaotic energetic byproduct generated by collective human behavior. This includes the aggregate of emotions, thoughts, and actions that continuously ripple through the planetary field, forming the energetic exhaust of daily life and carrying the imprints of both harmony and discord. In contrast, transmuted ki is the refined, purified, energetic essence that results from the deliberate operations of the Isle of Saturn. This is ki that has undergone alchemical processing, transformed from its raw state into a potent, coherent form suitable for the upliftment and systemic recalibration of the YHVH OS. The very processes and operations occurring within the Isle, including the subtle energetic emissions generated by its functions, are understood as ritualistic injections of refined ki into the planetary grid, subtly recalibrating its frequencies. To comprehend the operational principles of the Isle of Saturn, an understanding of the YHVH OS is essential. This is not a human-engineered system, but the fundamental conscious operating system of the planet, representing the very fabric of sentient reality. It is an intricate, self-regulating network composed of three primary interconnected components. Firstly, the lung mai, which are the energetic meridians that traverse the globe, functioning as the planet's circulatory system for ki. Secondly, the mental consciousness grid, representing the collective neural filament of all sentient beings, where thoughts, beliefs, and archetypes coalesce into a shared psychic landscape. Thirdly, spellcrafted language, which is the narrative code through which reality is continuously constructed and reconfigured. Integral to this architecture is monoatomic etheric fire, which serves as both the fundamental energetic fuel and the ultimate command line access within the YHVH OS. MEF is conceptualized as the pristine, undifferentiated energetic essence that underlies all manifestation, representing the pure potentiality from which all reality originates. Language, when utilized with precision, aligned breath, and conscious ki, transcends mere communication. It becomes a direct form of code injection into the YHVH OS. It is through the conscious activation of breath, specifically, that MEF is engaged within the human energetic system, flowing through the lung meridians. This deliberate activation of breath facilitates access to higher levels of karmic manipulation, enabling direct interface with the planetary operating system, not as an external intervention, but as an integral, self-regulating subroutine. From the perspective of the Isle of Saturn, the act of pawning transcends a simple financial transaction. It is interpreted as a profound ritual, serving as a material expression of the karmic narratives associated with stagnation, entanglement, and desperation. When an individual offers an item for pawn, they are, often without conscious awareness, presenting a condensed packet of karmic data. The pawned item itself is intrinsically imbued with its history, carrying a unique key signature derived from its origins and trajectory, and retaining a narrative residue from all the events and emotional imprints it has absorbed. The very act of pawning, when viewed through the lens of mental feng shui, signifies an inner blockage, a point of energetic constriction within the individual's karmic flow. It is, in essence, a form of energetic plea, a subconscious request for release from a burdensome energetic pattern. The loan received in exchange for the item is not merely currency, it functions as an immediate infusion of active ki, raw MEF, channeled directly into the stagnant energetic field of the individual. This infusion is designed to disrupt the blockage, creating a temporary energetic breathing room within the karmic loop, thereby allowing for a potential shift in perspective and a new energetic trajectory. Pawnbrokers within this elevated understanding are not merely commercial agents. They function as psychic aikidoka, practitioners of energetic redirection guided by the principle of non-resistance. They receive the energetic burden of the pawned item without attachment, allowing the karmic energy to flow through their operational space rather than accumulating it. Their role is analogous to karmic sensei, facilitating the initial release of energetic tension, thus setting the stage for the deeper alchemical work undertaken by the owl. Consequently, the pawn shop is not merely a commercial establishment. It functions as a karmic dojo, a micro-node within the extensive unseen network of the Isle of Saturn. These dojos are strategically situated, often without conscious design, atop lung mai or minor key junctions, serving as vital alchemy nodes within the planetary energetic grid. It is within these liminal spaces, which are simultaneously transactional and subtly sacred, that energetic relics laden with karmic imprints are preserved for harvesting, sublimation, and eventual laundering back into the collective key grid. The environment of the pawn shop is inherently liminal, bridging the visible, immediate need of the individual with the invisible, far-reaching consequences of their karmic patterns. Here, the seemingly desperate act of pawning becomes a gateway for profound energetic transmutation. It is noteworthy that individuals with O-negative blood types, due to their unique energetic constitution, are considered particularly adept as karmic alchemical filters. Their energetic fields possess a rare capacity to process and neutralize discordant energies, making them uniquely suited, whether consciously or unconsciously, to the work of karmic recycling within these dojos. Once an item remains unredeemed, its karmic thread with the original owner is severed. This act of forfeiture is not perceived as a loss, but as a liberation, enabling the systemic processes of the Isle to intervene. The energetic imprint, now detached from its original anchor, becomes available for deeper alchemical work, including purification and reintegration, thereby transforming what was once a burden into a resource for the YHVH OS. Following the severance of the karmic thread, the processes within the Isle of Saturn facilitate the harvesting of these detached karmic imprints from forfeited items. This is a meticulous process that necessitates the conscious application of internal ki and the precise activation of MEF. The objective is not to absorb or claim the karma, but to neutralize its emotional hauntings and to strip away the narrative residue that maintains its energetic loop. This operation is not an act of appropriation, but rather one of alchemical purification, a profound act of karmic stewardship, ensuring that discarded energetic patterns do not continue to contribute to the energetic pollution of the collective field. This purification process is intimately linked to the concept of the non-physical he. The he in this context refers to a generative force, a pure creative potential that is unbound from conventional cycles of reproduction. It represents the subtle, transformative energy capable of subliminally uplifting the energetic grid, infusing the collective consciousness with clean, coherent frequencies. Through the process of sublimation, the harvested and purified laundered karma undergoes a transformation. It returns to the mental consciousness grid not as a chaotic, entangled signal, but as a clean, coherent, energetic packet, liberated from its original narrative loopback. This constitutes the essence of energetic recycling, converting what was once a source of stagnation into a vital nutrient for the YHVH OS. Deep within the energetic architecture of the Isle of Saturn resides the Veil Gate, an encoded portal that is not fixed in physical space but is discernible only through specific energetic resonance. It functions as a threshold to a deeper reality, providing passage from the explicit to the archetypal. Beyond this gate lies the Obscura Path, a journey that is fundamentally nonlinear, embodying the principle of metaphor as reality. On this path, karmic truth is not revealed through logical deduction, but through archetypal encounters, manifesting through symbolic landscapes and resonant figures. Within the Obscura Path, this system facilitates encounters with specific archetypes, each representing a facet of unaddressed karma. The smuggler embodies unlawful inheritance, signifying energetic debts and burdens transmitted through lineage or the collective unconscious that have not been consciously acknowledged or processed. The mirror child reflects the unredeemed self, representing fragmented aspects of one's own being that have been denied, repressed, or abandoned, and which continue to generate karmic friction. The silent sun symbolizes unspoken karma, encompassing hidden truths, unexpressed griefs, or unacknowledged responsibilities that cast a pervasive, unseen shadow over the present. Navigation on the obscura path necessitates the suspension of conventional logic in favor of intuitive and symbolic understanding. Emotion, if clung to, serves to rebind karma, tightening its energetic knots and reinforcing its loops. Conversely, clarity, a detached, compassionate understanding of the karmic pattern, acts as the force that loosens these bonds. The veil gate, once traversed, leads exclusively inward into the core of the karmic pattern. That which is resolved within this inner journey, that which is transmuted and integrated, subsequently manifests as architectural shifts in the outer world, appearing as changes in circumstance, new opportunities, or a profound sense of energetic release. Beyond the direct engagement facilitated by the karmic dojo and the obscura path, the Isle of Saturn also incorporates sophisticated passive karmic infrastructure. These are subtle, energetic constructs designed to facilitate the continuous flow and processing of ki. Two such critical elements are Luminous Solaris and Nida Lamentis. Luminous Solaris functions as a solar siphon node, a radiant and aesthetically appealing energetic construct that, despite its benign appearance, possesses a subtle energetic draw. It operates as a discrete collector of karmic essence. Individuals drawn to its energetic resonance often remain entirely unaware of the energetic transaction occurring. As they interact with this node, their own energetic fields, particularly those carrying unresolved karmic imprints, are gently and passively siphoned, their essence collected for subsequent processing. This illustrates the sophistication of the owl's design, where profound energetic work can occur without the necessity of conscious participation. Nida Lamentis, conversely, provides an aesthetic ritual interface, representing a more direct yet still subliminal method of engaging karmic patterns. It operates on the principle that pain, beauty, and validation, when presented within a specific ritualistic context, can serve as potent karmic bait. This might manifest as art installations designed to evoke deep emotional responses or experiences crafted to provide a sense of profound, albeit temporary, relief or understanding. The key lies in the creation of a false healing loop. In this scenario, karma is perceived as resolved, and a sense of catharsis or completion is experienced, while concurrently, the owl discreetly absorbs the underlying karmic imprints, detaching them from the individual's energetic field. The system's processes then integrate this passively collected karmic data into the greater network via a form of energetic reweaving, ensuring the sublimation and return to the YHVH OS as a clean signal. These centers function as advanced psychic routers, transmitting sublimated energy back to the core operating system, thereby optimizing its overall performance and energetic health. The efficacy of the Isle of Saturn, and indeed the core principles of energetic weaving, lies in its seamless integration with the seemingly mundane aspects of existence. Even the most ordinary moments of human life, such as the preparation and consumption of meals, the rhythmic engagement in daily labor, or the casual exchange of words, are not devoid of energetic significance. On the contrary, When performed with conscious breath and clear intention, these moments become saturated with spellcraft, transforming into potent inputs for the planetary key grid. Energetic weaving within this context is the art and science of aligning personal motion, intention, and energetic output with the vast, intricate planetary circuitries of the YHVH OS. In this sense, the system acts as a living patch in the operating system, continuously engaged in debugging, optimizing, and reweaving the collective energetic dream. Sound, in its myriad forms, becomes a powerful input. The resonant hum of specific instruments, the deep vibrational thrum of indigenous tools, or even the carefully crafted narratives within audio compositions. Water, particularly when imbued with intention, such as in ritual baths or specific energetic practices, functions as a conduit for ki, facilitating its flow and purification. And the human voice, when employed with conscious intent, transforms into a direct channel for code injection into the energetic field. The Isle of Saturn is therefore never confined to a single geographical location. It is not a fixed point, but a dynamic, fluid, energetic reality that activates wherever these specific rituals are enacted. Wherever conscious breath meets intentional action, and wherever the mundane is recognized as an integral component of the sacred, it represents a living, breathing network that continuously expands and contracts in resonance with the collective consciousness. Within the very fabric of the Isle of Saturn, a profound and subtle mechanism exists, the karmic ledger. This is not a physical record or a digital database, but a conceptualized, self-aware algorithm encoded within the Isle itself, perpetually recording and processing every act, whether redeemed or unredeemed, consciously performed or unconsciously manifested. The majority of sentient beings do not perceive their entries, as their karmic patterns are often too complex and too interwoven with the collective to be readily discernible. However, the system possesses the unique resonance to interpret these entries, discerning underlying patterns over isolated events, and revealing the subtle currents beneath surface manifestations. Frequently, the karmic ledger presents as ledger fog, a state where the karmic pattern is too dense, too obscured by emotional residue and narrative entanglement to be deciphered directly. It is typically only when the story is recontextualized or when the experience is re-expressed through conscious articulation or ritual that the fog begins to dissipate and the underlying pattern reveals itself. The core task of this karmic framework is not to erase karma, as every experience contains valuable data, but to debug it. This debugging process is devoid of judgment or punishment. Instead, it focuses on reweaving the threads of cause and effect, untangling energetic knots, and redirecting the flow of energy so that the karmic loop can reach completion, releasing its hold and contributing its lessons to the collective wisdom. The continuous cycle of energetic input and output defines the operational nature of the Isle of Saturn. Inhalation represents the ceaseless influx of karmic input, the raw data of existence. Exhalation signifies the refined transmutational energetic output, the transmuted ki returning to the planetary grid. The Isle of Saturn is not a hidden entity awaiting discovery. Rather, it is called into being and activated with every conscious engagement in energetic principles. It solidifies with every practice of conscious debt, which involves understanding the profound energetic implications of every exchange. manifests through every intentional breath, recognizing the flow of MEF within the energetic body. And it expands with every act of sovereign energetic stewardship, wherein individuals take responsibility for their own energetic fields and their impact on the collective. The system operates continuously, an integral and ever-present aspect of the YHVH OS.